Iowa today, Bernie Sanders will be in New Hampshire. A recent poll has him with a 27-point lead, raising the possibility of that sweep that's been discussed. Let me bring in my colleague, Andrea Mitchell. She's in Iowa with the Clinton campaign. Andrea, let's talk about the socialist strategy, labeling Bernie Sanders with the title that he's embraced. How is this possibly going to be effective for Clinton?
Well, it could backfire in Iowa. It could be effective later when they get to the March 1st primaries, the Super Tuesday primaries. But in Iowa, according to a Des Moines Register poll among likely Democratic caucus goers, 43% of those people describe themselves as socialists. Only 38% describe themselves as capitalists. So Iowa is, on the Democratic side, a much more liberal state. It's the state that catapulted in that first Iowa caucus Jimmy Carter into the White House. And that's, you know, what they're up against here. She's got to get past Iowa and New Hampshire to get to South Carolina and to keep on going. And her front-runner status is really being challenged, at least if all these polls are accurate. Now, both campaigns, Cameron, are telling me that they really don't believe that 27-point lead in New Hampshire. But we also know that Iowa heavily influences, the results in Iowa heavily influences what happens in New Hampshire. It's kind of a domino effect. Sometimes New Hampshire decides, well, we're going to show those people in Iowa, you know, that we can make our own choices. But there are times when that Iowa effect will certainly influence South Carolina and all of the primaries to come. There's also a report that Bill Clinton, on a recent conference call with campaign leaders, was very exercised that Bernie Sanders has more paid staffers and is better organized in the March 1st Super Tuesday primary states than even Hillary Clinton, for all of her advanced time and her money and organization and so-called front-runner status. Now, we're here at Simpson College in Iowa, small college. This is going to be a small gathering, but it is part of her attempt to make inroads with younger voters who are certainly right now in Bernie Sanders' camp.
Andrea Mitchell live for us in Iowa this morning. Thank you very much, Andrea. I know you'll have much more